So, this is episode 1 of She Doesn't Know, where I talk about neuroscience, creative obsession, and a few questions for God. With that being said, this first episode is going to be about Eastern science, healing terminal disease, and neurological advancement. I just want to have an open discussion based on my research, based on my experience, and understanding. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in Eastern science either, but I believe that I'm a little bit of a mystic. And what I want to really do in this first episode is bring this all into therapy, because therapy is a 21st century thing, which is a huge moneymaker, right? Most people go to therapy. Celebrities go to therapy. You probably go to therapy. And if you don't, well, guess what? You probably should, because we live in a world that is full of social media, it is full of influencers, full of people bombarding you with different kinds of things. And yeah, there's a lot of fucking pressure. Well, you gotta buy a house, you gotta start a family. And well, we were told that, our parents did it when they were around 24, 25, and we're sitting out here at 26 and we can't figure out our life. On top of that, we don't have a solid relationship going on. The dating scene is absolutely fucked. And I don't know, it feels like times have become a lot harder in a lot of ways. Yes, they've become easier in some ways, but when I talk about hard, I mean emotionally hard. So here's a story time. Recently, I went for my first ever therapy session in Bangkok. And my mind was all about, hey, you know what? Therapy sucks. I don't really like therapy. It's never done anything good for me. I would rather introspect on my own issues and deal with them on my own. What I learned from going to therapy in America is that therapists oftentimes affirm your beliefs. They tell you, yeah, you're right. They're wrong. You are right. But the truth is, sometimes you're not right. Now, I had told my therapist that, hey, you know what? My mom called me fat and I feel bad about it. And she would be like, you're not fat. I mean, do you know that's body shaming? Well, yeah, that is body shaming in your culture. But in my culture, if your parents are telling you you're fat, maybe you should listen to them, because they're probably right. You're probably eating too much, or you've put on some weight, and they're concerned. It's a cultural thing. It's different. It's definitely different, and she kind of didn't really understand that. She obviously thought that my parents were abusing me, and that was not the case. But you know what? Another thing I think I got from therapy in America specifically was that they're quite quick to diagnose you with some kind of ADHD, bipolar, OCD, or one of those things, I've always known that I've been neurodivergent. I don't think like everybody else. I'm definitely not neurotypical. My thoughts run wild. I'm a little scatterbrained, but also really focused at the same time. And I know that I don't think like the ordinary person. I don't even learn like the ordinary person. I tend to look at life very differently, and I turn to learn through visuals. But I never really felt the need to be diagnosed, because it hasn't really been like I've not been able to make sense of my life, or if I took a medication, maybe I would function better. No, I actually just work on myself, and wherever I think I'm lacking, I try to go out of my way to improve those qualities within me. Now, what I found fascinating about my therapy session in Bangkok with Susan was it was totally different. Yes, she was a white woman, but she was married to an Indian man, and she was living in Bangkok.